Welcome back. I decided instead of introducing these as episode number, I'm going to introduce it as the date. So today is February 1st, 2025. Uh, Another diary episode. This week has been interesting. It's been a lot about, I feel like, revisiting the topic, this idea of ambivalent relationships. And what I mean by ambivalent is that it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether you're into somebody, whether it's a work colleague, whatever, where you just don't really know where you stand with this person. Um, and a lot of last year was kind of weeding those relationships out of my life. So that was kind of step one. Meaning that if I felt like I didn't have a good idea of where I stood with somebody, I had what I called alignment conversations, where for whatever reason that I felt we were on different pages. I tried my best to like identify it, and just bring it up as a concern. Some people didn't take it very well, and it ended up being a deal breaker. And some other people, it was brought us closer. And for all my good friends, pretty much, it just simply brought us closer. So what was interesting about it was these alignment conversations initially were so stressful because they're really vulnerable and they're really do or die a lot of the time, where you say like, I don't really like this aspect, or I don't really know how I feel about this aspect of our friendship or whatever. I don't really know where we stand. And sometimes you're like, I really like being friends with this person. I don't know if it's the same the other way. And having those type of conversations is tough because you're basically leaving it up to the other person to say, yes, I see you as valuable as a friend as well, or, eh. You know. So they used to be really stressful for me. And it's not that they're easy conversations now, but first and foremost, with all the people around me that really mean a lot to me, I feel like I'm finally, after this week, right where I want to be. Like, I'm currently calibrated to where I feel like very confidently that everyone around me in my life knows exactly where I stand with them. And what we kind of expanded upon in the last, or what I guess expanded upon in the last few months, was I feel like step one is knowing, has everyone around me knowing where I stand with them. Step two has been a lot about, or maybe three, I don't know, it doesn't exactly matter. But another step has been the people that are closest to me knowing how I feel about everyone else, basically. I used to really equate purely negative thoughts to talking about other people behind their backs. That's kind of like how I always worded it in my head. And that's how I saw it. And I'm realizing that to quote unquote talk about somebody behind their back isn't the same as being upfront and honest with like a close friend of yours that maybe you aren't particularly a fan of their other friend or a mutual colleague or whatever. I'm just thinking random examples. So I had a few of those conversations in the last few months, and that feels like it even more so deepens my relationship with all the people around me. I think it also makes it very clear to the people around me that I'm being transparent. Like, I don't dislike you behind your back. I feel like everybody knows exactly how friendly I am to them, like exactly how much they mean to me. And that can vary. There can be like the once every couple months kind of friends. There can be the absolute best friends. There can be people you can tell absolutely anything to. There's people that you maybe share specific topics with because you resonate with them. But the whole idea is, I don't think it particularly matters how well you know somebody or like how deeply your connection is, how deep your connection is, but it matters that you two are on the same page, that you feel like both sides are equally contributing vulnerability wise, initiative to spend time together, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this week was just, it really felt like the week where I got the achievement, like you're in the game and you finally beat the quest or whatever. I feel like this week I felt the impact of all of my conversations that I had, where I had a few conversations this week and they were just easy. Like, they were alignment conversations with very close friends of mine, but they were just easy. They took like 5-10 minutes, and they were easy in the sense that the anxiety leading up to them was far less, and it was still there, don't get me wrong. But having like a quick, candid, like, let's have a talk about this. And it's never comfortable subjects. And that's just awesome. For me, that's been really the theme of this week. And there's been a lot of other little things going on. I'm still trying to balance my dopamine, still really thinking hard about that. I'm really getting in the swing of casually using Dutch in my daily life. That's been a fun aspect of my week. I officially am starting Dutch tutoring next week, or I guess following up my Dutch school to continuously move forward with Dutch. Been quite a cool addition to my life as a whole. Next week is my last normal week for February. I guess first and last normal week for February. I leave for Dream League / London, like a London trip, and then Dream League starting next Tuesday, like 10 days from now. So gonna enjoy my one normalcy week that I can. This week has felt like the first week that I got everything I said I was gonna do in the week done. Meaning I laid a bunch of New Year's resolutions of like working towards like a routine that I could sustain and that would be healthy for me and things that matter to me the most. And so I was kind of like already doing it before I started the new year, but it was like building up, trying to make sure incorporate all these like 5 things that I chose. For example, making the meta update video, going to the gym 4 days a week, like writing in my journal, doing yoga. These are just examples. And I actually did them all this week. And it wasn't like I went from 0 to, I'm going to cram them all in this week, yay. It was more like I just slowly built my way up where I was doing like 60% of what I was trying to do, 70, 80. And now it's actually 100% this week. So pat on the back, Brian, pat on the back. You did it. It's not a linear straight line, so there's going to be weeks where I don't do that, and that's fine. But overall, I'm very happy with this week. I had a few days that I would have called losing days, meaning I didn't really live up to what I wanted to do for that day. And I also had a really rough start to the week where I got very poor sleep Sunday night, leading into Monday. So the fact that I managed to recover and bounce back from that and have a very productive week despite everything for myself felt really good. And yeah, I'm just excited for what is to come in the future. My girlfriend and I sat down this week and planned out our entire year for generally what weeks we want to travel, and laying out like these are our times. So I feel like I've got a nice year ahead of me planned out for the most part. Nothing's set in stone exactly what we're doing, but I just feel like I've got my work trips planned. I've got my vacations planned, so I kind of know what's coming or when. But maybe, I guess I'm just trying to be more rigid with my schedule, which allows me to feel more comfortable just living in the now. I feel like when you prepare for the future better, it allows you to better live in the present, if that makes sense. So that's been really the vibes of this week. All positive vibes. All positive vibes. So, yep. We'll call that is what it is for the February 1st, 2025 diary update. I'll see you guys for next week. And by guys, I mean myself as well, I am trying to keep these shorter now. The last few were a little bit longer, but I was aiming for about 10 minutes in general. So this is more of the length that I'm going for. That's what she said. See you guys next time. Bye.